Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today we're talking about when and when you shouldn't have your bets working, like turning off your bets when you're playing craps. How do you do that? I mean, have you heard people doing that? Like at the table, all of a sudden they'll just randomly say, turn me off. Like what are the reasons? And so let's talk about it. Let's jump over the table and I'm gonna show you how it goes. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching, and now let's get rolling.
All right, everybody, we're here at the table, and I just wanted to talk about it. When do you turn off and on? Have you? There's a simple button that the dealers have, and it has an on-off button, and you can simply just say, turn me off. And so let's say the point, so right now, when the puck is off, all these bets are off unless you say turn me on, right? Let's say we roll. Let's just roll and see what happens here. This is a 3. Okay, that's a craps number. We need to get one of these numbers to establish a point, so let's do that. All right, a 5. So the point is 5, and now that the point is 5, the puck goes on. Now the 5 didn't get paid because the puck was off and these bets were off, and we didn't say on or working. Now, even though the puck is on, you can always turn off your bets. Now, normally they'll either put it on one side or the other, and your spot on the table, this would count for all of these bets to be off, okay? Unless you said, turn me off except for my 5, for example, then they may put another one on and say that one's on and the rest are off or whatever. I don't know. But the point of what I'm saying is you can always turn these off even though that says on. And you may have seen people doing that. And so let's talk about that for a second. When do I turn off my bets? Like, for instance, me. Like, when would I turn off my bets? Now, right here I have $96 across. I started with $100, so that means I have $4 change, okay? So I'm playing all in right now with $96 at the 15 level. So 15, 15, 18, 18, 15, 15. And I have $4 left. And so I'm just like in it, all in right here. Now on the dice, there's 36 different combinations. So every time you roll these dice, there are 6 ways to make the bad number, okay, where I would lose all that. And I think that's why people turn off. There's something that happens at the game. There's like something that interrupts the game, interrupts the flow or the energy, like however you want to think about it. There's some reason that somebody would say, you know what, I don't feel right about this roll. I want to turn off my bets. All you have to do is speak to the dealer right there and say, turn me off, please. And then, like I said, they'll just put a button right there and turn you off, okay? Now, out of the 36 different combinations, like I said, there are 6 ways to make that bad number, right? And this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about, let's do top 7. We're gonna do the top 7 things. And I know what you're thinking already, but we'll get to that. Some of you may be thinking it. But when should you turn off your bets? I would say, let me talk about what I call my 2-roll resolution hypothesis, okay? My 2-roll resolution hypothesis is this, that once there's one of these 7 things that's gonna happen, I think, and I believe mainly because I've seen it like 8 out of 10 times. So I would, 7 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times, 70 to 80% of the time, whenever one of these things that I'm going to list for you right now, whenever one of these things happen, I've usually seen the 7 or the point come within 2 rolls. And so with that being said, let's talk about the top 7 things, and we're gonna start at number 7 so we can get that out of the way. We're gonna start at 7 and then count down to the number 1 reason when you should turn off your bets, or when I turn off my bets, okay? So the number 7 is not too bad, but number 1 is horrible, okay? So let's start with number 7. Number 7 is this. Whenever, and you might see this, there's somebody rolling the dice and they're rolling out there and they bring a giant like case of money, of chips, and they set them right here on the table, like right here in the middle. And they take the box out and they start exchanging. So a chip exchange or chip restocking is one of the reasons why somebody might say, hey, they just put a giant box on the table. They put the dice out for the person to shoot it, you know, the roller to shoot the dice over the whole box. And there's a bunch of stuff happening right here. And it's kind of, what do we call things that interrupt the game? You know, some people might, if that happens, they might say, hey, turn me off. Now, what I would say, and like I said, my hypothesis is within 2 rolls that the bad number or the point would roll. A resolution would happen within 2 rolls. So a lot of times people turn off for 1 roll. I think if you're going to turn off, you might as well turn off for 2 rolls. That's just my advice. Now, the other thing you might see is right here you'll have a stick dealer and they're dealing, and there's a dealer here and there's a dealer over there. And then every once in a while, they'll just put the dice up here and then they'll lay the stick down and they'll rotate. Okay, so number 6 is rotate. A dealer rotation, every time the dealers rotate, which is about every 20 minutes, they rotate. That's a good time to say, hey, go ahead and turn me off for the next 2 rolls, please. And so that's something that you can do. And you always just say or tell your dealer right here that you want to be turned off, okay? Let's talk about number 5. Number 5, sometimes people are rolling the dice and the dice bounce and fly off the table. And then they only have 1 die left, and then they dump the bowl like this and they pass them the other 4. And while they're getting the die, they hand it to the box person and then they put it up here somewhere. And then the shooter picks 2 different ones and then they put the rest here in the bowl and then they roll again. Now, if the dice go off the table, that is one of the reasons 7 out of 10 times within 2 rolls, either the 7 or the point is going to roll. Not necessarily the 5. It depends on what the point is. Now, you might say, this ain't a hypothesis. This is superstition. And there are times where I won't turn off, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Now, and this is just like a side note, if the dice roll off the table, if you have 2 die and one of them rolls off the table, it is up for the shooter to say same dice. You have to say same dice requested or same dice. You have to say that right away or they're going to dump that bowl and mix these up. So if the dice go off the table, just know, do you want the same dice or not, okay? So they'll bring it back, they'll check the serial number, and then they'll put it back in, and then they'll pass it back to the shooter. But it's up to the shooter to say same dice or not. Sometimes I like to say that dice ran away, it didn't want to play, so go ahead and get some more. All right, so that's number 5, the dice going off the table. And remember, these are getting more and more vital, more and more dangerous, these things, okay? So chip restocking, maybe not that big deal. Dealers rotating, okay, not that big a deal. Dice off the table, okay, it's getting a little bit more dicey here. No pun intended. Yes, pun intended. Getting a little dicey. And then here's number 4. The number 4 reason why you should turn off your bets is when people are saying the word 7 when the puck is on. There is a superstition, or I like to think of it as a joke. The dice have ears. And when you say the word 7, people start visualizing the word 7. Everybody's like, they don't want to see that word. They don't want to hear that word. They don't want to see it on the dice, hear it, or nothing. Like, it's just like taboo. It's like bad etiquette to say the word 7 when the puck is on. And because that's bad etiquette, sometimes people think it's okay to stand around the table when they're not playing or when they are trying to explain the game to somebody, and they're over here going, okay, well, what happens is that guy's going to shoot, that person's going to shoot the dice, and what, see how it says on? That means they want to roll a 5, and if they roll a 7, then they lose all their money. And so you don't have any money on the table, and you're standing behind somebody shooting, and you're saying the word 7 at the table, and the people that have hundreds of dollars or $96 on the table, they're like, I cannot believe that person is sitting over there with such bad etiquette saying the word 7 when the puck is on. And so a lot of times people will say, hey, turn me off because this idiot over here, right? They might say, turn me off because this idiot is saying the word 7, you know? And so they don't want to risk their money because you don't understand the universe, okay? That's probably what they're thinking. All right, so that's number 4, saying, now here's another one. Here's number 3. We're getting into the top 3 reasons why you should turn off. And again, I'm going to share why and when I wouldn't turn off, okay? And so let's roll the dice because I said the word 7. Let's see if we can get past 2 rolls right here because I'm going to play just as if we're working. The bets are on, I'm on. Even though I said the word 7 while the puck is on, let's see if we can get past 2 rolls, all right? And we got past the dice off the table with switching the dice. You know, we got past all of this stuff. The game's slowing down, something interrupting the game. We got through what? How many of them? We got through a lot of them, and now we're going to see if we can get past 2 rolls. Here we go. Let's see. All right, there's a 3. We got past 1. All right, let's see if we get another one. And it's a 10. We did get past it. Now remember, I only said it's 8 out of 10 times, okay? Okay, all right, so that right there pays $27. So we're gonna go ahead and pay $27, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and put that in our rack, okay? And now it's time to roll again. But let's talk about another thing that should happen when you should maybe think about, or when I think about turning off my bet. And then let's say instead of $27, they only paid me 18. Okay, so they paid me $18 because they thought it was $10 instead of $15, and they paid me wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the right amount. I need to get paid. And they're like, oh, sorry. And then they correct it, or whatever. And then somebody else is like, wait a minute, I should get paid too. I had a 10. I should get paid too. And there's some haggling going on. And then they're like, no, you didn't have a 10 this round. That was last round. You didn't have a 10. Remember, the puck was off. You didn't put up another 10. And there starts arguing at the table, or other people are arguing amongst each other, and it's interrupting the game. That's a time that you should probably turn off. Maybe somebody said the word 7, turn off for 2 rolls, right? Maybe they restock the chips. There's restocking over here. Turn off. Maybe their dealer rotation, or the dice went off the table. It's time to turn off. Let's see if we can get past 2 rolls because we said the word 7, right? And there was haggling going on with the whole payout. Okay, here we go. And it is an 8. So now that they rolled an 8, we're off. We don't get paid right there, okay? Now let's see if we can get past another roll, and it is a 6. We did get past it. And this happens sometimes where you turn off and you miss some opportunity. Now, what did we miss with those 2 rolls? We missed 2 payouts, okay, of $21 each, so about $42 that we missed out, but we saved, by turning off, we saved our $96, okay? Now, let's talk about one other reason. All right, let's see if we can do another roll. See if we can get past another roll and get another payout here. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, there's a 2. Wow, 2. And that is in the field. All right, here we go. Double in the bubble. And it's a 5. The point is 5. 2-roll resolution, by the way. No. All right. So the point is 5, and we got the 2, and we're going to get paid $21 there. 21. So let's pay that out, okay? And then we're going to put that in our rack, and the puck goes off, right? These go right here, and now this is the time, and this is the only time that you should ever throw in money and buy in for the table game of craps. Like walking up to the table, if you see the puck is off, you put down money and you buy in. They give you a bunch of chips, right? They count out your chips and then they pass them to you and you pick them up, right? And you put them in your rack. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it, not when the puck is on. And that is number 2, okay? The number 2 thing, meaning the second most vital thing that you need to make sure to be aware of, is if people don't understand craps etiquette, they don't understand the game fully, and they come up when the puck is on to buy in. All right, now that the puck is off, and say somebody bought in over there, no big deal. All these bets are off anyway. Let's roll it and see what point we can get established. And it is a 5. Back out on the 5. Okay, so the point is 5 again. And now let's see if we can roll and get one more payday. One more payday. It's an 8. We got an 8. So we got another $21 here. All right, $21. And now say we're playing a system. And I don't know if you recall, but we got 3 hits. We got 3 payouts, right? We got that 10. We were off for a couple. We got the 5, and then we just got the 8, right? We just got the 8. So we got paid 3 times. Now is a good time. Okay, now is a really good time to regress, what's called regress. And this is what the game of craps is all about. If you really want to ever make money at the game of craps, it's time right now to take our winnings and play with that. So remember we had $96 here. Let's count how much money that we have here that we got paid, okay? So let me just count this up, and this will make sense in just a second, okay? So let's see, there is 50 and 60, 65, $69. So $69, look at, I could take this and I could do $64. So if I'm at a $10 table, instead of doing 96, I can actually go down to the $10 level, which is 10, 10, 12, 12, right? And 10 and 10. So now look, I'm gonna lock up all this money. Now you might say, what do you mean lock up all this money? What we're doing is we're regressing, okay? Any good strategy or any good craps player understands that you need to get out of the hand. This is what's called get out of the hand. You need to get out of the hand as fast as possible. With as few rolls, as few paydays or hits, if you would, as possible. Get out of the hand, because then you don't have to worry about turning off and on, right? Because this is all free money here. Is it? I don't know. We started with 100. Let's see how much we have. 25, right? And here's another 25. There's 50, 75, and here's 5 here. There's 100. We're actually up $5 right now. We're up $5 after 3 hits. See, a lot of times when you get some hits and you're like, whoa, I got paid 3 times. You think you're making money, but we only made $5 so far. If the 7 comes, we lose all of our money, okay? But right now we have our 100 back. We got out of the hand, right? And let's say somebody right now they come in and they buy in, and we just rolled an 8 and the dice went up here, and when the dice are up here, it's time to do your bets. But if the puck is on and you weren't here when the puck is off, it's not time for you to do your bets. It's not time for you to put money in and get a stack of money and have them count out all the money and then pass it over to you, and then you start playing. In fact, let me say this. If you're the kind of person that would ever do that, like if you just don't care, if you don't have common courtesy and etiquette of the game and you want to buy in when the puck is on, then perhaps maybe if you happen to accidentally buy in when the puck is on, because I see this way too much, where people will do this and then they'll buy in, they'll stop the game, they'll buy in, and then they'll grab their money, and then the dealer, the stick person right here, will go, any bets? Any bets? And they say, no bets. No bets right now. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you stopped the game when the puck was on in the middle of a roll to buy in, and you're not going to bet? You just put, and this is the way people look at it, just so you know. You just put all this money at risk for stopping the game, and you're not going to put your money at risk? You need to put your money at risk as well. And so if you, like I said, if you happen to accidentally, or maybe you forget, if you ever buy in when the puck is on, you better put some money on the table. That's for sure. All right. So with all that being said, man, is this a rant video? I've been doing too many rant videos, right? All right, here we go. Let's say somebody bought in when the puck was on. Now, if somebody bought in when the puck was on, this is very vital. This is the number 2 reason why you should turn off. I'll tell you that. But we don't have to. You know why we don't have to? It's because we have our money back. We're out of the hand. So that's when I wouldn't really worry about turning off. Yeah, it would really be bad, like if we didn't and we lost all this money, but we're not out of our bankroll. We're out of the casino money. So that's when I wouldn't worry about turning off. Are you ready to talk about the number one reason? And I do have a bonus one as well. I have a bonus reason that you should turn off your bets. All right, so let's say this person right here, they just bought in and they actually said, no, I don't want any bets. Like they did the number, that's, when it comes to number 1 annoyance, that's probably it. But it's not the number 1 reason why you should turn off your bets. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's see if we can get past 2 rolls, okay? Here we go. And there's a 5. We got the 5. Now you might say, okay, you got the 5. That's great. But did my hypothesis work right there? Did it? I think it did, because remember, it's a resolution within 2 rolls. And we got the 5. Now that 5 pays 14. It pays 14. And so what we're going to do is we're going to press the 6 and 8 up 1 unit each. Because this is just casino money, so we don't really need to collect on this. We want to collect, but we actually want to press and try to get back to that place. We're going to add another $2 from the 5 that we just won. So now we know that we're up. If we lose all this, we're up $7. And the reason why I could say we're up $7 is because the puck is off. I could say the word 7 now. All right. Here we go. This is when people could say the word 7. 7 or 11, 7 or 11. If you're ever teaching somebody how to play and you want to say the word 7, just make sure to be on your training and timing. Make sure to say, yeah, they need to, right now they want a 7, but if that puck is on, we don't want a 7. We don't want to say the 7. Don't think about 7. And so if you're ever here, don't say 7, right? If the puck is on. All right, here we go. So we have our 5, and now it's time for another come out roll. All right, here we go. Let's get it. And it's a 12 midnight. Let's get a point established. And you might say, Brian, how come you're rolling and you don't have a pass line or a don't pass? I'm just assuming somebody else is the shooter, okay? There's an 8, so the point becomes 8. Because if you are the shooter rolling the dice, you have to have a pass line or a don't pass line. If you're not rolling the dice, you do not need to bet the pass line or the don't pass. Okay, that's something to understand and know about the game. I see too many people playing the pass line when they're not rolling the dice, and it doesn't make sense. That's a whole nother video, but it doesn't make sense to play the pass line with odds if you're not rolling the dice, because you always get paid more out there. Okay, you watch another video on that. Okay, let's get into this. Now, once the dice roll, and they brought it here, and now they put the dice right up here, and now it's 8. Now it's time for everybody to buy in. So that person that was rude last time, they probably they'll put their money in or whatever after that one roll when they stop the game and all that, right? Now, this is the time to bet, okay? And the dice are here, right up in the middle. The stick person has the dice, and they're probably going like this with them, you know, trying to make sure they're ready on you know, turning them or whatever. And they just want to make sure they don't pass the bad numbers. They don't want to necessarily pass, of course, the one between 6 and 8 right there, right? They don't want They don't want to pass that number. They also don't want to pass any craps number, like a 2, 3, 11, or 2, 3, 12 is the craps numbers. They also sometimes don't even pass an 11. If they're really good, like if they're a really good stick person, they'll probably just leave it on the number that you got, you know, like, and they'll try to make it to be an 8, but let's just have it as a 9. You know, they'll just kind of mess with it while everybody's doing their bets, right? Now they're going to go like this. They're going to say, any more bets? And everybody's like looking. They're like, any more bets? Okay, dice are moving. And what they do is they pass the dice out. So if you don't see the dice right up here, and they ask, they say, any more bets? And then they say, okay, dice are out. Dice are out. Whenever the dice aren't right here, and you hear the word dice are out, that means no more bets. No more bets. And this is the number one reason, and the reason why it's so vital is because sometimes it's too hard to turn off your bets when the dice are out. And this is the one that gets you all the time, is because people, when the dice are out, no more bets, people still throw in bets. I have no idea why they think it's okay to break the rules, right? To break the rules and bet when the dice are out. Now, the dealers in the casino, they're never going to say, you know, don't drop your money, don't put money in, you know. They want you to break the rules. They want you to throw money in, interrupt the game, and a bad number comes. I almost said it. A bad number comes, right? And you're like, oh, give me a 9 and a 10. The dice are out. What are you doing? Why are you betting when the dice are out? Or I've seen it, you know, on a Royal Caribbean ship, you can bet, like, it's really weird. Like normally on a table, a $10 table, you'd have to bet $10 in the field. But on a Royal Caribbean ship, they treat the field, a 1-roll bet, just like the props. So it's a minimum of $1, right? You would not believe it. I mean, I had hundreds of money out here. So did the other side. There was thousands of dollars on the table. And there was somebody over here. Dice are out, no more bets. They don't say no more bets, but that's what dice are out means. Dice are out, hands high, okay? They don't want hands going into the table, especially if the dice are coming this way. Don't be betting. If the dice are out, no more betting. And hands are in here, and somebody put $1. $1. It was like this. It was like this. They literally, the dice are out, getting ready to fly this way, and they went like this. With $1, they bet after the dice were out. The dice are in the air at this point. And when the dice are in the air, you can't say, turn me off. But man, did I want to. That person, because they bet after, okay, 7 out of 10 times. Oh my gosh, I said the word. Oh my gosh. Or 8 out of 10 times, when somebody bets after the dice are out, you're going to see that happen. All right, so the dice are out. They put that there, and then it rolls, and it's a 7. It was crazy. Oh, my gosh. All right, we got a 9. Wow. Wow. They got a dollar. All right, so they got a dollar. They're just going to stack it. And we get paid too. We didn't have time to turn off. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw in a dollar, and they're going to make that look like 25. We're just going to power press that to 25 because 10 pays 14. Add 1 because that's 24. Add 1 and it's 25. Okay, so now we're pressuring. So we spent $1, so we're only up $6 right here. But 2 rolls. We got 2 rolls. Because they did that on the last roll, I'm going to go ahead and turn off. Turn me off. Turn me off. Because I think either a resolution is going to happen, meaning an 8's going to roll, or the bad number on the next roll. That's what I think. That's my hypothesis. Here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 12. It's a 12. Now this person here, they're just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe my $1 has turned into $6, you know, because they get paid double if it's, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to just stack it. And I'm okay because I'm off, right? That was 1 roll. That was 2 rolls. Okay, what should I do? I turned off for 1. I should just stay off for 2. Let's see what happens. Here we go. And it's a 9. 9, the one I pressed. Oh my goodness, the one I pressed. Did I really need to turn off though? Because I was up. I'm up $6. Why did I turn off? These are the scenarios when I wouldn't turn off. But it's just I'm missing opportunity. My money's intact, so why worry about this? I think that's one of the things. Okay, let's go back on. We're gonna say, turn me back on. The 9 rolled, turn me back on. Are you ready for the bonus? Here's the bonus. The bonus, when you should turn off your bets. Okay, here's the bonus. And this one's just annoying. Not as annoying as somebody buying in when the puck is on, and definitely not as annoying as when somebody bets when the dice are out. Okay, those are probably the top 2 annoying things. But here's the bonus one. The bonus one is this. Somebody just shouting at the end of the table or shouting over here. Chances are, this person, because they don't know what they're doing, but they're winning, I guess, right? And they're like, oh, give me a hard 8. So the point is 8, give me a hard 8. So then they're over here and they're just saying, come on, hard 8, shoot it, roll a hard 8, shoot it, roll. And they're yelling and they're begging and shouting for you to roll a number. Man, be happy for every roll, not just the one you're betting. So this person's over here at the table shouting and shouting for an 8, and they're just like, roll an 8, hard 8. That's a good time to just turn off, because that person is just, I don't know what they're doing. Remember, the dice have ears, and the dice have a way to mock you all the time. And that person's shouting out for the 8 and hard 8, please roll the hard 8, roll the hard 8. That's the worst, man. I would love to, oh my goodness, I got an 8. They lost their hard 8 and they lost their field. That's what you get. That's what you get, right? But we got $21, all right? $21 we got. And let's go ahead and take that 8 to 30. We're just gonna press that up to 30, and that's gonna go away. And then we're gonna take this money, which is $9, and put it in our rack. All right, so we're definitely up, right? And we got some money pressed. We just hit our point. That's a great thing. So at this point, we hit some points. We did this whole video and the bad number didn't even roll, right? Wow. Let's see what happens. All right, there's a 6. So the point is 6. And I'm going to give you another reason or another thing that you can do. Let's say now, even though I have this money out here, I have some money, a little bit. I have my 100 and a little bit more. But, I'm not feeling good about I want to lock up some profit. Instead of turning off, okay, you can always regress. So, for example, hey dealers, can you take me down to 64 across? And what the dealers would do, and sometimes you can make it easy. If you have it in your rack, you can literally just go like this and throw this in. Dealers, can you take me down to 64 across? And then they'll look around. Let's say I was down to 64. Okay, let's see. There's that and that. All right, here you go. And then they pass you back your money, and you were able to lock up a little bit of money. So sometimes you don't have to turn off. You can just regress back down if you have pressed your bets up. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if we can get this. All right. Well, that's a good way to end the video. The 7 came, and that is when we lose all of our money. And we did a good regression, right? All right, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. Go ahead and watch this video if you'd like to see more. And like I said, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you cruising and rolling. Go to holyroller.com and get yourself some merch too while you're at it. All right, see ya. Bye.